Welcome to Ephemera Files by Tommy. Today I'm going to share a flip through of the book that I showed how to make a skinny bleh. Hello, welcome to Ephemera Files by Tommy. And today I am going to share a flip through of this book that I made from a Dollar Tree small book. And the books that I'm talking about are the ones who have the cover like this that pinches in. And I will link to the video where I show you how to actually double it. And it's really simple, and I'm really happy with the way this turned out. This was the first book that I tried that on, and I show you a little bit of it in the other video. This is one that I made as a memorial book, memory book, not memorial. And I made this at a Bible journaling retreat, and I had each of the ladies who were there at the retreat go through and sign it. And it's just a very precious memory to me. It's got lots of different things in there, and I love the way it turned out. And I came up with this technique while I was there. I can't tell you what made me think of it. It just happened. Maybe I was trying to do something else and that didn't work, but this happened and I thought, oh, well, maybe that's a good thing. So I'm going to set this one to the side and we'll go through this one. This one is for my niece. She just graduated from college. I'm very proud of her because she didn't go through high school, you know, with your typical high school experience. And then she didn't go to college until after she already had 4 children, and they were little children. I went to college after having my children, but mine were all grown pretty much. The youngest one was in high school. So she has worked her tail off, and I am just so very proud of her. And so I made this for her. I missed her open house last week because I was in Florida, but I still wanted to make this for her so that she would have something to keep special memories in. So let's go through this, and then I'm going to put it in the mail tomorrow so she can have it. The cover, like I said, is from one of those little Dollar Tree books. Look, this one's probably easier to see because I can just show it to you. It is a Dollar Tree book. And you can see how that is pinched, and you can see the size of the spine. That is the exact same size as the spine was on this other book, and you can see the difference there. I hope you can see the difference there. So that's what this cover is. It actually came with an envelope, so it was meant to be a greeting card book type thing. And I incorporated the envelope in here, and you'll see that. So here is the cover. I used some wired ribbon that I took the wire out of to cover the spine. I didn't have to, but I wanted to cover up some of the Dollar Tree logo and stuff like that. And on the back, I used some scrapbook paper, and I did leave the edges because I did like that bright, colorful cover on there. I have a tassel here. I bought this as is. I believe it was Park Lane, something like that. I got that at Joann's. And I simply looped it onto this light bulb paper clip and stuck it down the spine. I have used a lot of pom-pom trim. I don't know why, but it just makes me think of Megan. And this is much of this pom-pom trim came from my husband's grandma. I've taken that around here. This is paper that I used to cover the inside of the spine when I recovered it. I also added some lace to help cover up that joint, and a bit of this leaf trim that I got at Dollar Tree. I have used different die cuts. I'm not sure where I got this die cut, and different washi tapes throughout, just to help pull the color scheme together. Oops, that was an experiment. I have to work on that a little bit more before I share it with you because it didn't quite work. This is a belly band that I also made into a tab simply by running it all the way across here. This is all the way glued down. Belly band is here. And then I folded the excess over to create a tab right here. This is a coloring sheet that I've tucked in there. And some of the, let's see, this was the to and from and occasion, I think, were the words that were behind here. And so I covered that up because it didn't quite fit with what my idea was for this. I want her to be able to use it to add pictures and memories and different things herself. It doesn't necessarily have to be about her graduation, but it is about encouraging her, telling her how proud I am, and just that I'm thinking of her and I love her very much. I have, like I said, lots of die cuts. I don't know where these die cuts came from. I got like 3 packages of them, and I think that they were something that was given to me when somebody else was cleaning out their mom's craft supplies or their own craft supplies or whatever. But I have a bunch of them, and they were perfect for the colors of this journal, and a lot of the sentiments that are on them also were perfect. This is the envelope that came with the book. I cut it in half, and I've got the other half of the envelope. It was like this big. The other half is later in the journal. I have tucked in a journaling space. I have tucked in this card because I'm going to put her gift card, which is another part of her gift, on the back of this. And then she can take the gift card off and do whatever she wants with the little elephant with the boots, which is just hilarious. Here I have on this die cut, since the ends extended over, I did take some Wink of Stella and brushed it on the back side so that it wasn't just plain white, it looked like it had a purpose. And I did that on this side as well. Here is the flap for the envelope, and I created a, would that be, I don't think it's a belly band, but it's not really a tuck. It's definitely not a pocket, I don't know. I tied some of the, oh goodness, waxed thread that I used to bind the journal. I used rainbow waxed thread to bind the journal, and I had those pieces and I cut them up and used them up there. This says, surround yourself with tacos, not negativity. I used several Tim Holtz clippings saying small chat. This one's from the Snarky. I don't really get sarcasm, and I'm not really snarky, but occasionally I can use them. Most of the time I use them by cutting the snarky part off or rearranging the words. Sorry, I had some glue sticking out there. Love my glue eraser. I will put a link to that below if I remember. This book had all of these quotes already in it, and when I took it apart, I used all of the quotes because I liked all of them. I had a packet of paper from Amy Tangerine, and most of the pages went very well with my color scheme, and so I just kind of kept with that because it made it really easy. I didn't have to go trying to match anything. If you are a struggler with putting colors and themes together, I would suggest practice by using a paper pad, because you know everything in that paper pad is pretty well gonna go together. So I made this pocket. I like to use my We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board to make my, oh, what's this called? Thumb notch. Because I like to not have the corners on the side. For some reason, I still get caught on corners. And I just like the way it looks. And then these are just 2 of the cards that were in that Amy Tangerine book. This was not in the Amy Tangerine book, but black and white kind of goes with pretty much everything. Got a couple of journaling cards here. I made this pocket from one of the cards and from just some strips and pieces that I had cut off when I was cutting out the other things. I did have some vellum. I had these sheets of vellum sentiments, and I don't know where I got them either because I do not recall buying them. And so I cut them all apart one time just so the phrases were all together in one piece and I didn't have to go through and read the whole sheet. And there are several of them in here and they work so well. And I just used my Scotch Create, whoops, that's upside down, Scotch Create glue stick. And I have not had any trouble. And since you're gluing from side to side to side to side, you really don't see the glue. At least I haven't had an issue with it yet. That was kind of loud, I apologize. I have another of the cards from the paper pack and another one, and I've put some washi tape on it. Down here, I have a little messy thread and tool, shiny tool collage with a Tim Holtz quote or a phrase, whatever that particular book said. This one was also from, no, this was in my little box of quotes, but it kind of went with it, except for it said sparkle, and it was a really dull blue. So again, I got my Wink of Stella out, and now, let's see, I don't know, yes, you can see that sparkle. Now it's appropriate. Here I had some butterflies. Oh my goodness, I do not remember. These were just chipboard punch outs. They were not stickers. And I took two that matched and put one on either side of the page and just glued them together. I made a little pocket here. The brads are purely decorative because they only go through the first layer, but they look like they're holding it together. And this was a piece of packaging from a sheet set, and this was from Happy Planner stickers. And then this was a flashcard, a handmade flashcard, and I've used them elsewhere in this journal. And I added washi tape and some of the paper pack, the Amy Tangerine paper pack scrap on there. And then there's lines on the back to write on. This page says, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened." That's from Dr. Seuss. And so with this yellow polka dot being right next to it, I knew one had to become a smiley face. So that's a Happy Planner sticker, I believe. Here I made a double pocket from the paper pack. This was one of the cards. This was a scrap of the paper. I added this bright washi tape. I think that that's Dollar Tree washi tape. And then these two cards with he said, she said, and that's another story. Here is the center of the first signature, and I've added these Millefiori beads and some glass seed beads onto the rainbow waxed thread. I think that's adorable. And like I said, again, that just reminds me of Megan. Everything in this book reminds me of Megan. So right here I have a collage of washi tape, one of the strips of paper, some twine that I unwound, just your plain old twine like this, but you can unwind it and you've got 3 or 4 different threads. This was a little bigger than I realized and it covered up most of it, but some of it sticks out. This is from an Illustrated Faith cover. Here I have an altered paper clip. I have this pom-pom trim that is like rows of pom-poms just connected. And I added it to this arrow paper clip, and I tied a piece of the lace that I have used in other places around the paper clip. This little journaling card, it is actually 2 of the cards. I just didn't cut them apart so that it made a little booklet. And then this journaling card, I have tied a bow with this, I don't know, it's sparkly, some kind of, it's not ribbon, it feels like shoestring. And I've glued that together so it doesn't come apart. I tuck that right in there. And I like how the arrow on the paper clip echoes the arrow on the little double journaling card. And this is another one of the die cuts from the mega packs that I don't know where they came from. And that just tucks right under there. Right here, I have made a different kind of flip, because you come over here, and it's like a belly band, but I've just used it as a tuck, and you flip that out, and then you flip this over, and you've got all this writing space. You've got place to put whatever you want there, and then you just turn the page over. You've got more writing place there. You can tuck this under, and it becomes a page tab. Some of the papers I just left because I don't want to do everything for her. This is another Happy Planner sticker. This paper was one of my scraps. It did not come in that paper pack, but it went perfectly. And I was looking for something, and I saw that, and I just thought, oh, that has to go in there. So I've got those 2 journaling cards. For this one, I just punched the hole in the corner and put the ribbon coming out this way, just to give a little bit of difference. Here I've made a pocket. This is also a scrap from my scrap bin. Did not come from the Amy Tangerine. And this is one of my cards where I was just practicing paint scraping. And the colors worked really well with the journal, so I added it. And now I'm not going to be able to put that in. There we go. Every other time it has just gone right in, of course. Here I've got a coloring sheet that I have hinged in with washi, and I like this washi. It has these little words on it, little positive words, and I used it to make this hinge, and it actually looks good on all sides. I made a top tuck out of this little piece. Let's see, this also was in my collection of die cuts. This did not come from that paper pack. For this journaling card, I simply added a piece of washi to it. And it looks so good right there. This pink was another one of the, let's see, flashcards. Yes, vocabulary cards. And I put this, which came from a completely different set. I do have a box that's just random words. And I found this. Colors went perfectly. And so I put it on the pink to let it stand out because it's almost the same color as that page, and just put it on there. And it picks up on the pink over here, and I think it looks good. This is just a little strip from a Happy Planner book. Or not a Happy Planner book, Happy Planner sticker pack. There we go. I have used, and I don't know if this is the first one, but these are Splenda packets. But the Splenda packet box that I bought had all of these inspirational, affirmational quotations and words, and I just thought it was fun. And so I made little tuck spots and stuck tags in each of them. And I just think it's a cute touch. I like it. Here is just a journaling card, but I like how these hearts echo those hearts. Even though it's different colors, it still goes together. And this back here, the pink is continued up, even though this is 3 or 4 pages later. Back here I have 3 journaling cards. This one I added a bit of washi tape to. The others are just journaling cards. I don't know that Megan knows what a junk journal is, so I'm probably gonna have to explain it to her. So I did try to keep it as simple as I could without, you know, making it feel like I was dumbing it down, because I'm definitely not. She's a smart cookie. So this is different from any other journal I've ever made, because I was trying to keep that in mind. Here I have another of the journaling cards. This is one of the extra papers that I made into a large tag for journaling. This is another one of the butterflies, and that thumb notch on my We Are Memory Keepers fit perfectly behind that butterfly's wings. I love it when that happens. Here I simply added a piece of rickrack to the tapes because for some reason I was looking at this rickrack and I thought, oh, I remember several cassette tapes kind of looking like that on me after it got stuck in the player, so I had to add it. She may not get it. I think it's funny, so we're good. Here's some more of the Splenda packets, and in here I have tucked a couple of the vellum strips that I had cut the words out of, and some pieces of the sheet music just to write on. Here we have another pocket with another vellum strip made out of the sheet music. This was also in my scrap bin, but again, the colors went perfectly, so I had to throw it in there. And another of the cards from the paper pack. Another coloring sheet. Here is another one of my hinged pages. This is just a paper clip, and this one flips open. It's just hinged in with washi tape. And then over here, this is a fixed piece, and so the paper clip just goes right over it, and it helps to keep that shut, and it adds interest on this side. And on this side, I have created a pocket with, again, with the thumb notch. This is another one of the die cuts that I'm not sure where it came from. This is from the paper pack though, with the camera. And so I got this out. I had this sitting in one of my little bowls of miscellaneous where I just toss odds and ends. This was the center of a wreath that I die cut out. I thought it looked like a camera flash, and so I stuck it up there behind that and added in 2 journaling cards and another Tim Holtz quote. Here is the other signature tie with more of the Millefiori beads and the glass seed beads on this rainbow waxed thread. Over here I have 3 more of the packets of Splenda with some journaling cards in there. This one I wrapped some washi tape around the end of it because the yellow really didn't stand out, and it didn't show you that that was anything there. It just looked like odd. It just looked odd. How about that? Here I have a double belly band, journaling card, and another one of those butterflies, the chipboard butterflies. We'll see if I can find out what those are from and link it below. Here is another Splenda packet and another pocket from the kit, and 2 little tags that I punched out of scraps from the kit. Here's another coloring page, another quote, and this is just on there. This was a white page. I just glued this X and O on there. I didn't make it a pocket or anything. And on the back I have a little collage of the lace and a quote. Here are 3 of the vocabulary cards. This pocket is from the kit, or not the kit, the paper pack. And I just thought that these were good positive words. And so I'm just sticking them in there. And the colors echo the cassette tapes. Here I made a pocket and added washi. This is a happy planner sticker. And I made this journaling card just by layering papers from the paper pack. There we go. Another Splenda packet. This journaling card I have stapled with the tiny attacher this piece of ribbon that just happens to go perfectly with this and the hearts on here. Another little strip of washi tape and a Tim Holtz quote. This was a cutoff from one of the coloring pages and an Emerson quote on the vellum paper. And washi tape and just another die cut that I had in my collection. I liked how this turned out. I believe that if one always looked at the skies, one would end up with wings. And this piece right here was from packaging from Illustrated Faith, and this butterfly was from that collection. I think that worked out very well. Back here, this is the other half of the envelope that I used the front half up there that came with the book. And I have simply put some of the cards from the kit that I didn't use into this pocket. And that's how come I put the PS on there, because I'm like, oh, there's more. And there's the more. And this says collect beautiful moments. The envelope itself had some goobers on it, some smudges, and a piece of it was torn, actually, the paper. And so I covered it with that piece from the kit. And the same here on this side. And then here I have a double journaling card. And I took some stickers and added this to the back. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this flip through. I will put links below to what I can remember using or if I can find out who the maker was of what I used. I hope you will join me in wishing Megan all the best and congratulations. And as always, be kind. Bye.